What's up, you fine specimens? Now in today's video, I'm going to show you my complete Notion life management system that I use to increase my productivity and performance in all areas of life. And the reason why I think that you'll really love checking this one out in particular is because I've really taken huge due diligence to design and orchestrate and integrate a complete system that incorporates all aspects of life, from your mind and learning to your body, your health and fitness, to your spiritual development, your relationships and, parenthood and your intimate relationship, and also your business. And the extra piece that I've also incorporated into this management system is a content creation and development management system as well. So it's a really cool system that has enhanced my productivity and performance tenfold over the last 3 years since I've started incorporating it. And the reason why I think this is so powerful is that, in today's day and age, everyone is just inundated with information. We're so overwhelmed and really drowning in information. And, this really helps you capture all of the things that you're learning across things like podcasts, articles, courses, videos, whatever else you may be capturing, like note-taking and things like that. And it puts it into one complete system that you can use to actually stay on top of things, to make sure that whatever you learn, you can actually move through a system to create on the other end of that. Because if you're just caught up where you're all unorganized, where you're just consuming more and more content all the time without actually putting it through a system so you can create something of value and innovate in the marketplace out on the other end of that, then what's the point of consuming all the information, right? And this has really helped me more and more as, a few years back, my capacity was getting pretty stretched at a certain point in time. And it all started when I was partnering with consulting.com and working as Sam Ovens' high performance coach. I was doing a lot of work with him on the performance front. Then I was also managing all the social media. And then I started and was doing a lot of the sales as well and taking 8 to 10 sales calls a day. And I'm also a person that loves to learn and research. So before I knew it, I was working 18 hours a day consistently for years on end. And I was just working myself into complete burnout. And that really spurred the motivation for me to actually just build the one and final system. And it's not ever final, it's always evolving, but a one system that really incorporates all areas of life. Because I not only wanted to innovate and create awesome things in business and be able to manage things effectively and be really productive there so I could increase my work capacity and increase the reward and my return on effort to increase my wealth and things like that. But I also wanted to really advance and enhance my ability to research and synthesize and absorb different concepts and learn about, the universe, the human body, and piece all of the information together to really start creating and developing new theories. And then not only that, but then, I also wanted to continue to maintain and enhance my health and fitness and also really progress and keep on top of my relationships. And then it kind of all came crashing down at a certain point when I went through a big spiritual awakening, right? And if you go through something like that yourself, or if you've gone through something like that, you know that when you do go through an awakening of sorts, you get exposed to so much new information. And it can really rip the rug out from underneath you and destabilize your life for a period of time until you reintegrate the new energies that are coming through and the new paradigms and concepts that you're forming at a whole new level of consciousness. Now, in order to do that, your life can fall apart very intensely for a certain period of time. But, when you do advance or when you do go through an awakening, you really find yourself trying to balance the dynamic between being in the present moment and going with the flow and creating and allowing yourself to surrender to a certain extent. But then it's very hard to reintegrate and balance yourself back out in the business landscape on physical earth, because that is full of practicality, structure, planning, organization, and that sort of thing. So I wanted to build a system that automated all of that stuff so I could spend more time doing what I love, being in the flow, creating what I want, and going with the dance of life, and not just spending all of my time trying to keep up with the flow of information and organization and management. So I went really deep on creating a more so an advanced system that works, and I've applied it into my life, and it's really helped me just manage information so I can declutter my mind, so I can be more present. And it's also helping now as well. In the last couple of weeks, I've just become a parent to a new baby girl, and that brings on a whole nother layer of complexity too, because now I'm not only managing myself in the relationship with my partner, but I've also got to make sure that I can research and keep on top of like all the things to take care of this new human. So yeah, that's a bit of an overview of why I actually built it. But now what we'll do is I'll get into the actual demo and I'll walk you through on my laptop the actual system that I have built so you can check it out for yourself. And towards the end, if you're interested in learning more about this, I am going to be developing a course, or I am developing a course, which is going to be launched and released on the May 17th. So if you're interested, if you like it, then you can go to unitedmind.com and go to the tab of programs where it says Alchemy of Life Design. And that's going to be a program where it's a complete 30-day reset where you're going to be able to redesign your life and recalibrate and redesign your life from the ground up. And using this Notion template system is going to be a major part of that. So check it out if you're interested. But now we'll get into the nuts and bolts of the video and what you came for.
Alrighty, so first and foremost, you can see here, this is basically the main dashboard of my Notion life management system, which I have titled and named the Cortex. So we've got over here our focus zone, which is really my working zone. The war map is basically to manage tasks, action items, and projects. Ground zero is really my planning zone, where I actually organize and lay out, my goals, what my missions are, and what I want to accomplish for the next 12 months, and make sure all of that is outlined with complete clarity. Then here I've got my general's tent, which is all about annual planning, quarterly planning, quarterly reviews, monthly reviews, weekly reviews, daily tracking, and daily reviews as well. And also some additional journaling. Here is my learning center, and I'm going to walk you through each one of these separately as well, but this video is more of like an overview, and I will get into a few of them in this specific video. But if you guys are interested in looking at each specific dashboard and how I design the functionality of it, let me know in the comments what you'd be interested in learning more about. And then I've got my content creation database here as well. And these are really like all of my databases that I use and host in Notion too. And then I've got specific dashboards set up for each area of my life. So I can click into the specific one that I want to at any point in time. And then I've got all the information that I need in regards to that life category right at my fingertips. And this is designed to be fully functional on, laptop, iPad, and iPhone, which is an amazing setup. So what I'm going to do before we get into, going into each specific dashboard and showing you what that looks like and how I design it, I want to first take you over to this life design map, and then I'm going to show you how I actually organize my life and how I categorize everything to keep everything really neat and organized in both my mind, in my environment, and on my laptop, not only in Notion, but also in my management system here. So you can see here that in my laptop, in my drive, everything is structured according, and it's linked up with this Notion management system. It's all color-coded and it's all numbered as well. So everything is kept pretty organized. So I know where everything is at every point in time. But I'll go into that in a little bit. So first and foremost, the reason why this is so important is that when designing a system, you need to understand the categories. You need to look at the system as a whole to understand what do you actually need to create? How do you want to design your life, and how do you want to organize it in your mind to be as simple as possible, where everything can fit into core life pillars essentially. So before I get into my specific ones, I wanted to show you and just discuss a bit of the philosophy behind it in regards to my high performance model for my life, which I have refined over many, many years. So the first pillar is your purpose, or is your life design, okay? And the way I like to explain this is in the likes of, say we're looking at a race car. Your purpose in your life design is really the function of a steering wheel. It's your navigation system. It's your life's compass. It gives you clarity of direction so you know where you're going, okay? Because if you don't have a steering wheel and if you don't know where you're going, well, you can continue to try and maximize the performance of the car, but your car's not going to be any good if you're driving fast but you can't actually turn a corner, okay, and adjust where you actually want to go. So my core life pillar is all around purpose, and what fits into that is this design system. So it's designing the system in which my life operates on, which I call life design. Now, pillar number 2 comes down to your performance, okay? Because you're not going to be any good in life or business if you do not have an engine, if you don't have high capacity for performance. So the way I segment this is into the 3 pillars of mind, body, and spirit, which is your internal world of your mind, which is your intelligence, your body, which is all about maximizing your fuel, maximizing your energy, and spirit, which is all about cultivating deeper wisdom for life, your universal philosophy, understanding who you are and why you're here and that sort of thing. Because if you don't know that, then how are you going to create what you truly want in business, in relationships, and that sort of thing? So the way I view performance is it is your engine. It's the generator of energy. It enables acceleration, provides forward momentum. And if we've got your 2 internal operating systems of your purpose, which is your direction and steering wheel, your performance, which is the engine, makes you go faster, well, your profession down here, which is essentially your business. So you might be working a job, that's your profession. You might be a creator, an entrepreneur. That's all down to your profession, okay? Which is all in the design of your business. So the way I view this is that's the vehicle. That's the mechanism of change that you're creating in the world. That's what you choose to create, to drive, to master in your life. And it's the vehicle, it's how you actually deliver value. So it doesn't matter what type of car you have. The main thing that matters is that you're actually driving one that you actually like, okay? And if you look here at this, the methodology, you can see here that this is a triangle. So purpose forms the foundation. Performance accelerates yourself in the creation of your life's mission or your profession, okay? And then we've obviously got like different aspects within each core pillar of life. But then there's also a 4th one, which is all about your personal relationships in life. So this is really about like you just being able to manage yourself, your personal admin, managing your family, your intimate relationship, your friends and network, your home and household, and maybe even like your travel lifestyle. I've kind of just included personal admin and travel into this core pillar, not to confuse things. So if you see here, you will note that your internal world is all about your clarity of direction and your performance in your mind, body, and spirit. Then your business and relationships form the external world, okay? And your internal world determines the quality of what you can create in your external world in your business and relationships. So right here, you'll note that in business, it's like admin and Cortex. So I call this the Cortex because if you don't have a management system for your business, you're going to be so overwhelmed. It's not even funny. Then there's leadership, which is like your vision and mission, content development, because, you're either creating or consuming in this world. So the more that you can create, the more value you're able to provide at leverage. Then we've got product development, design, which can be like web design, even like things like social media design and stuff like that. Marketing, sales, client management, and economics. So now I'll jump into how I've actually organized and structured the detail. And the reason why I'm going over this is if you can't visually map out your system, then don't even start building it, because it's really important to first map out the big picture and where everything fits in what life pillar before you start going ahead and like jumping full force into trying to design a complete system that's actually going to work for you. So right here, I always like to look at the biggest picture first, right? So my purpose, which is basically my unique design, like who am I? Why am I here? What is my mission on Earth? And, right now we're all stationed on Earth. So let's talk about the Earth experience. Well, in the Earth experience, I like to call myself like an enterprise, Rhett Enterprises, which is my current Earth incarnation. I've got my internal world and my external world. Now, I always prioritize the internal world because that's what I can control. And when I master my internal world, the external world naturally takes care of itself, but we still go in and design each aspect of our external world as well. So starting with the internal world, over in life design, I've got typically the way it works and the way I like to design my life is I've got my current reality, I've got my future vision of what I would like my future current reality to look like. Then, in order to achieve that more effectively my future vision, I need to really simplify my life and to get things off my plate and to systemize and automate things. And then I've got to form an operating system that's going to work for me in the long term. So my current reality, the things that I like to do and the things that I have built in and included in this system are fact maps. I'm not going to explain that right now, but an annual review process, quarterly reviews, monthly, weekly, and daily tracking. Things that I want to manage in my system as well for my future vision is things like my life philosophy, my dream life design, my DNA, like who am I, personality tests and all that sort of thing. My Alchemist playbook, which is really a book that I've designed, which holds the blueprint for my future, and a more advanced personality testing to really understand the DNA of who you are. Then I also want to create a simplification process in my structure as well. So that comes down to like, what is my life structure and pillars? That's what we're looking at right now. I want to look at all the life systems I need to build. I want to make sure that I've got a digital organization, workflow, and system put in place. It's also something for my environment organization. And I want to be able to manage my time and energy. Then, in terms of the operating system, in what's going to help me get to where I want to go, well, I need to break that down into the overall missions and goals so I know the direction of where I'm going. I want to create a war map, which is really forming my battle plan that's going to hold my projects and tasks so I know exactly what I'm doing and how to get there. Then I want to form a general's tent, which is really like being able to zoom out from the battlefield and look at the bigger picture. That's your review system, where you always set up a system for checking in on a consistent basis to analyze and assess how are things currently going and how can we make them more effective. Then, what is the driving force? The regular habits and routines that you're going to form to keep you on the rails, to keep you on track. Then I want a dashboard to see all of the information for each life category and life pillar. Then I also want to form a knowledge management system so I can basically capture all of my research so I can continue to be on the leading edge of researching all of the most advanced things in our world so I can have access to the best information whenever I want and synthesize that into my workflows and production flow. So that is the core category of life design. Now let's head over to performance, which is all about the expansion of your energy and your consciousness. So aspect 2.1 is your mind. That's really enhancing your intelligence. And I like to break down intelligence into 5 key sub-pillars, which is really your emotional intelligence. That is knowing yourself and understanding your emotions and how they work within you. Your universal intelligence, so that's your life philosophy. What is the meaning for life for you? Because that is going to be your driving force that's going to form all of your beliefs, your paradigms, your perceptions of this world and this experience. Then I've got applied intelligence, which is really how you actually apply your intelligence into the way that you design your life and implement your strategies to achieve your overall missions and goals. Then I've got dynamic, which is all about your ability to adapt and be efficient in what you do. And lastly, we've got social intelligence, how you interact with others. How do you persuade and influence others in a very high, in a way that's very of high integrity, of course, and not like manipulation. But at the end of the day, if you're building a business, the key thing around that is being able to like unify people to move and advance in a similar direction for a common cause. And that is all about persuasion and influence. So then the additional, if you'd like to check these ones out, the additional pillars that fit in here are like your unique design, knowing thyself. What is your identity and beliefs that you hold? What are your personality traits? What are your interests and passions? Do you understand your drive? What drives you? What motivates you? Do you understand and know what your values and principles are? If not, like I've designed this system so you can work and chip away at each one of those over time to really form a well-rounded view of yourself. Your universal philosophy. That is really like how things work. What are the laws of the universe in which you operate? Because if you don't understand the game that you're playing here on Earth, then how can you optimize for it? What is your consciousness and energy look like? Do you understand things like quantum physics, the energetic laws that govern this material world? Then I like to look at the deeper aspects of the human game. Who are humans? What are we all about? What is the history of us? because that, our present moment is formed on the past cycles that we've been through. Life design and implementation. This is really about understanding and having a place where you can consistently review your life vision and mission and refine it over time. To have a goal setting and achievement system that allows you to actually not only set goals, but put a plan in place to consistently achieve them over time. How are you going to forge discipline and grit? Remember, this is all about applied intelligence. How do you consistently develop focus? How do you stack your motivators to enhance your performance? And then also, how do you apply what makes you unique into your life and business? Because when you apply and build your life and business around what makes you special, what makes you unique, how do you amplify your gifts and natural talents in the world? Well, you're going to be swimming with the current, not against the current, right? You're not going to be swimming upstream anymore, which is really the common cause of a lack of creativity, a lack of creative power in most people in the creator industry. Now, dynamic intelligence, this is all about adaptability and efficiency. So this is, how do you learn? Learning how to learn. How do you think? How does your mind operate? How do you organize your life as the world changes, as you change, as online systems change, as your workplace changes? This is about continual adaptation. As, for me, as I bring a new kid or a child into the world, how do I adapt to that? Ability to problem solve on your feet, ability to make good and sound decisions on a consistent basis. How do you tap into creativity? How do you build systems that are going to work for you now and in the future? Persuasion and influence. This is all about your ability to lead, to communicate, to understand human dynamics and human behavior, and to profile humans and understand the different, the different energies and forces at play that determine why people do what they do. Okay. The next, zooming out again, the next aspect of performance is your body. This is all about maximizing and enhancing your energy to perform. Getting your body to work for you, not against you, because if you don't have an abundance of energy in life and business, good luck creating, because creativity requires energy, an abundance of it. And the more creative energy you have, the more solution-oriented you are to be able to go and innovate and create value for yourself, your family, and the marketplace. So as pillar 2.2.1, recovery, which is all about your ability to regenerate and recover yourself. Your fuel, which is all about the inputs that you put into yourself in your mind and your body. And then your function of your body, your movement capacity to move on this earth plane and adapt and tap into your nature and the power of the human being body, of the human being. So recovery, this encompasses things like tracking and optimizing sleep, enhancing your breath work to oxygenate your cells and detoxify, grounding on the earth to balance out your nervous system and your energy, managing stress in a highly stressful world, toxin removal, inputs. This is all about managing and enhancing and optimizing your thoughts, the information you consume everywhere, right? With the people around you, social media, news outlets, online, entertainment, information is absolutely everywhere. It's about how we optimize those inputs to receive better information. Consuming high quality foods and fluids and supplements. Movement capacity. This is about the structural integrity of your body, your alignment in your body, to make sure that energy is flowing through you freely. Being mobile, like a supple leopard essentially. And maximizing your strength and endurance, because when you do those things, your confidence and your personal power skyrockets through the roof. It's all connected. Spirit wisdom, which is all about really mastering energy. The universal law is energy. Everything works on energy. So the more we master that, the more we master ourselves. This is about using intention to create your dream world, your desired reality. Channeling your focus. Being within integrity and alignment with who you are and what you want, and telling the fucking truth. Being able to process through your emotions. Clearing your energy field. Balancing your chakras and creating a divine connection with spirit. Okay, now let's get on to your external world. Pillar number 3, your business. The way I design mine is admin in Cortex. I need to manage my business. So I need to build in Notion, which I'll show you guys later, a team wiki and management system. So my team can be managed optimally. I need to manage my team members, a team knowledge base, so I can continue to enhance the knowledge of the team members that I bring on board into United Mind. And I also need to build out maps like this and workflows to show people the bigger picture, because when people understand the big picture, they can optimize for the micro detail and they can figure it out on their own. Next pillar is leadership. This is about building a company, vision, mission, and values, about having a clear strategy and planning process in place, hiring and management systems, talent development. And you can see how much there is to life, right? So if you don't have a system, and if it's disjointed across many different softwares and apps, it's going to be so hard to manage, and you're going to get overwhelmed as you continue to advance and progress and increase your work capacity in life. The next pillar is content development. So I need to optimize this pillar of the business. I need to have a content creation system in place, which looks like this. I will show you the functioning of that in a moment. I need to be able to develop and manage my course modules in a very clear way. I need a place to manage and store all of my recordings for coaching calls. I need to manage and have a workflow for building workshop intensives, for managing masterminds, creating YouTube videos, creating articles, email broadcasts, action guides, and resources for my clients. All of it needs a clear place to stay and a process and a workflow to enhance my creative flow to create all these things at warp speed. Next one is product. So, I need a process and way to create my new learning platform that I've invested the last 18 months into building, a custom platform that is designed and optimized for education. Then I've got other products, which are my main programs that I have people in, which is Gentleman's Mastery, which is a 12-month mastermind for men. Alchemy of Life Design, which is currently in development. This is about teaching you guys all of this stuff and how to actually create that. So if you do want to check that out, you can literally go to programs on unitedmind.com and click on Alchemy of Life Design to sign up for the waitlist for that. Then the next one I've got in development is a high-performance accelerator program. And then the third program that I've currently got in development is Quantum Creator. That's all about enhancing your business and creating a business that's aligned with what you love doing and making sure that it's mission-oriented, not just profit-focused. Next one is design. So, I've got to basically design the entire training vault. So this is the education platform. All of the small details, that goes into design, right? How it's going to flow. My website design, course module design, social media design. Social media I'm pretty terrible at, but that doesn't matter. Marketing. So, having and building a website for yourself, having video sales letters, having and running live workshops to enhance your client flow, building YouTube videos, email broadcasts. Sales process. I use Zoom discovery calls for that. Client management. Having a community that I can manage all of my clients on. Having group calls for enhanced coaching and support. Offering one-on-one calls, having client dashboards where they can manage their information. And then economics, right now, the only live program that I'm running is Gentleman's Mastery, so that's why I've only got that one there. Okay, then on the personal front, personal admin, managing your email system and bills, like automating that too, keeping your inbox low or at zero optimally. Family, Squish. So Squish was what we called my baby daughter Brooklyn before we named her. And then family would also be my sister and my parents. Relationship with Jenny. Friends and network. Building a personal client, or I call it a client relationship management system, but having a Notion system for managing a database of your friends and network. So you've got, when you've got details on when their birthdays are, what they like, what their interests are, keeping up to date with like what your last discussions were with them, so you can be the best friend possible, and managing your home and household, like all of the details of either your house or apartment if you're in one, and then travel. So having a travel database, so whenever I want to do anything, it can happen very quickly and very efficiently. Okay, so now. And then I've got one for racing because I love that too. So you don't have to necessarily fit them into this, but you can start to get an idea of how to create one that's going to work for you. So now you can see, based on the pillars and the color coding, so like life design is red and number 1 because that's the foundation. Performance, blue, number 2. Business, 3, green. Personal and relationships, 4, purple. When you look at my dashboard here in the Cortex, look at all my life pillars. So these dashboards are basically a dashboard for where I manage all of these subcategories within each main life pillar. So life design here, it's all numerologically ordered and color-coded in this system and my Google Drive system for complete clarity to really help your mind just be at ease and to be very clean in your work process. So then what you can do is build out a custom dashboard for each life category. I'll give you guys a quick example of that right now, which would be like my life design one. So you can see here that first up, I've got like a dream life. So this is a template that I've built for the program that I'm taking everyone through. This whole thing is a template, by the way. You can literally just click these 3 dots and duplicate it for yourself, which has taken me like a couple of years to actually build to where I'm really happy with it. And you'd be able to get like all of that work just in one click of a button, which would be dope. But yeah, with this template and things like this, designing your dream life, it's like you want to make sure that you design and optimize your life for your mind, body, spirit, relationships, business, and money. So that looks like this, where you start building empowering beliefs. You build an ideal vision for yourself, your dream purpose, your strategy for how you want to accomplish that quality of life in that specific life category. And by the way, I've got like all of my examples in here as well. So then I also have, places to manage like my mind maps and stuff to keep it all in one place. So when you go in mind map, I integrate Miro with this. So you just click see the board. So at any moment I can quickly see a snapshot and rearrange and reorganize my life in a more effective manner. Then I've got details for my vision, mission, and values, my roadmap for 2022, analysis of my personality type, vision priming for the day, affirmations, life structure, daily routine. So like keeping track of absolutely everything and having it all in the one place so it's easily accessible. So that's an example of life design. And then going back to the Cortex, we've got the wall map. So the wall map is really my task management system that I've built. So first things first, I've got a quick drop down here where I can create a new note at any point in time. And if I've set a note as a reminder, well, the date that I set the note for as a reminder, it'll pop back up in the inbox section here so I can review it just from my wall map. So it's all in the one place. Then I've got all of my custom views here. And this is really built on the concept of David Allen's getting things done. So I will explain this section and then I'll go into the views. So the focus zone, this is a drop down where I can see, all right, what action items do I either need to do today or are due this week, and specifically more often today. So if I haven't got something done from yesterday, as an example, then I can make sure that it's in this custom view here. And then I've segmented it out into tasks that are for my business and personal. And then I've also got a project toggle drop down too. So you can keep track of all of your projects in the one spot as well. So then the inbox, this is where I enter all new tasks, right? So I come in here and if it's checked off here, then it will stay in the inbox. But as soon as I define it and clarify it essentially and organize it, then I'll uncheck inbox and it will go and sit and go into the appropriate category. So for example, I create my statuses like this. So clarify, to do, up next, active, waiting on hold, complete, or a future log. The type, is it a task, an idea, an event, an errand, a reminder? What's the priority? ASAP, can it be completed in like a minute or two? Is it scheduled? And then I like to prioritize so I can keep my mind focused on what needs to be done. And then what category is it in? Life design, performance, business, personal, or racing? So that's the inbox. And I go in whenever I want to enter a task, that's where I go to do that. Then I manage my projects here. So I like to see like all of my projects. Have I got them lined up for this year? Maybe is it on the back burner for next year? What quarter would I like to accomplish each project in? The name of the project, the status. So an active project, what priority is the project in? When am I starting it? When's it due? When do I need to review it? What category is it in? And then what specific life pillar is it attached to? So it's all integrated and connected as a complete system. And then I've also got them like organized and create different views so I can see and segment them by quarter. I can check it out in a gallery format, which just, I'm a very visual person, so that's why I love that. And then I can also manage them on a timeline. And then in projects, this is basically a view of this main project dashboard here. Then we've got core action items to be complete. So this is not necessarily the inbox. This is segmented by life category. So I can see like all the different action items in each area of my life. And then I've also got a master database of all recurring tasks, so they can continuously pop up when they need to be done. Things like paying rent, at the first of the month. Then we've got calendar views. And that's why I love Notion, because you can just create so many customized views depending on how you actually like to review and look at different types of information. And then there's just a few extra, like, what are all the tasks that are due today? What are all the tasks that are due this week? So then when you go in the today section, it'll literally have a filter that will show you that the due date is on or before today and not already complete. And then I like to just have a focus zone here where I can just come into the war map and go right here and like look at my tasks for the day. And then I can always have like priority views waiting on and things like that. I've got a daily tracking dashboard here where I track things like fitness, sleep, and habits. And then I've got the main calendar dashboard as well right under here. And then all of my active projects that I can scroll down into and look at with a glance as well. So that's really the core concept of the war map and keeping track of all your tasks. Then the General's Tent works in a similar format, but this basically tracks like my annual reviews, quarterly reviews, monthly and weekly reviews. So here's the inbox. Whenever I want to create a new review, all I do is click new, but then it will open up. I've got different templates for annual review, quarterly sprints, weekly reviews, and that will then populate the right questions and process that I want to work through depending on what type of review it is, or if it's a specific journal log that I want to log for that specific day. Then we've got a notes and ideas dashboard, which is also categorized. All of my notes and ideas are filed in the appropriate category. So if it's just a general one, well, that goes in this folder here. But here's the inbox. So whenever I type a new note, I've customized the settings. So as soon as I categorize it and put the type in and the status, as soon as it goes to archived, it'll then archive in the appropriate folder based on the category that it's in, and it will remove itself from the inbox. So then whenever I want to search for something, I can either search the master database, or I can go into each specific notebook here based on the type of category it is and look at all of my notes and sort by different settings there. So this is a great thing, a great capture tool that I love, that I've found is a very productive system when it comes to note capturing. And this is optimized to like have basically load and populate with the perfect view on my phone. So if I'm out and about, I can pull it up really quickly and just like log a new note whenever I please. And you'll also note that I can quickly add a new note from the Cortex main dashboard as well. So now I'll show you my content creation workflow and dashboard, which is also designed in a similar way. So I've created the content. There's two aspects of the content dashboard. There is the creative element and there's the management aspect. So the creative process, I want to make sure that I create like a task management system for content specifically as a standalone piece. And then I want to also have a management dashboard where all created content, I can find it at a quick glance. So I then file it into two types: product content, which is all about paid content that my clients get access to, and marketing content. So this is filing all of the free marketing content that I create and put out there for YouTube, email, on the website, things like that. So I'll show you my course workflow first. So because I'm in the business of courses and coaching, the more effective I manage information, the more productive I am, and the happier I am as well as I continue to increase my organization. So the way I've done this and the way I've designed this is I've got a template. So when you click new course template and open it up, you can basically define your course, but then it literally automatically loads all of this. So it loads a master module database so you can keep track of all of your modules. So if you click on that, then you can look at all of your modules and it will filter to order all of your modules for that course in order. You can segment them into different weeks. You can look at the status of that specific module so you can keep track of everything in development. You can see when you're starting the module, the due date for it, the video link to the URL for the video module, any keynotes that you've got attached to it, and then can also segment by board view. So you can look at all the modules in like week 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is like kind of a Trello on steroids when it comes to module and course management. And then you can also segment by the different weeks. So that's the master database. And then when you click on a module, this database also has a template, a new module template in it as well. So when you go and create a new module, which I've already uploaded the template here, it loads in all of these assets for the module. So you can look at all of your title ideas, you can captivate all of your research for the module. If you've got any action guides that you need to attach to the module itself, that goes there and it's in a template. Upload your transcript. And then I've also got documents for the creative process, things I need to remember for the creative process as well, content creation tools like assets and tech that I want to access to quickly here. And then I've got a structure for each module outline, right? So each module will then basically have its overview, its intro, point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, yada, yada, yada. So I can consistently create structure for the modules that I'm developing. Then if we go back to the main course dashboard, I've also got a course outline section here, which is basically where you would put like, week 1, week 2, week 3, and outline absolutely everything that you want to include in each specific module. This is like the master brain dump. Then you can also have like ideas and brain dump here. You can put your course methodology in here as well. All research files, all resources, and just the structure and anatomy of online courses. It's a resource document there as well. So this just keeps everything templated. So whenever I go to create something new, I've already got a template loaded that will give me the mental cues to create exactly what I need to create in a timely manner. So I basically manage all of my courses in this one database and dashboard. And then I can always see, if it changed to needs updating, I can always come back and reflect, okay, this course needs updating, then I can go and find the module that might need an update as well. Back to courses, content dashboard. So that's an example of, this is a content dashboard, but that was an example of all the different templates that go into just courses. The same applies for everything else. Another example would be, let's go over and have a look at like marketing content. So when you look at like, each one of these will have basically a structure where you can manage all of your content that you've created in the past. Okay. And then when you click on, say, one of those, you can look at all the different attributes, and then the video is uploaded with a description, and each video also has a templated description and things like that will load. So then I can copy those things over to YouTube and just save myself a lot of fucking time. And then I've got like email broadcast templates, email sequence templates, and stuff like that in this dashboard too. So this workflow is basically kind of the same as the main war map, where I've got a content inbox, right? So any new piece of content, any new ideas, I'll just go and create it, put it on a future log, and then I can clarify it in my own time, and then look at like what topic it's under, what distribution platform it's going to go under, So I can literally keep track of every piece of content that is going through the workflow or the pipeline. Then I can come in here and look at the focus zone. It's like, all right, what piece of content am I creating today? So I only have to focus on that because I've done the pre-work to organize and structure and categorize all of the upcoming scheduled content. So that way, when I come to create, it's like, not what do I need to create? It's like, okay, I'm creating this today and that's it. Then I've also got a content calendar, so you can look at when everything, basically, this is a template, remember, I can literally see when everything's been published and posted, so I can see how full this is or not full it is. Then there's the creation schedule, so there's two different things. It's like, what are you creating on each day, and what are you posting each day? So there are two different things: a creation schedule, which you can organize and categorize for yourself, and then you can also look at when are you actually posting everything, okay? And you can customize that to your liking. And then I like to keep track of like the targets I want to hit for each week. And then basically the same structure as the war map. So that is the content creation dashboard and management system as well. So that's an overview of this Cortex, but I went into the life design dashboard today. But if you would like to see and, check out or get access to this, then let me know in the comments below. And if you want more, let me know, what would you like to see more of? Because I've got much more in here. Obviously, each life pillar with its own dashboard, and then, things like training log, habit logs, keeping track of missions and goal setting, production workflow, projects, action items, recurring tasks workflow, and then a lot of vaults. So things like knowledge management, how do I capture information with the Notion system? How do I organize it? Things like books, articles, videos, courses. So if you would like to learn more, let me know in the comments. But if you would like to be a part of this and get access to the 30-day Alchemy of Life Design course that's being released on May 17, then head over here to unitedmind.com, click on programs, and click on Alchemy of Life Design, and you will be able to then go ahead and sign up and join the pre-sale list. And by doing so, you'll then be notified as soon as it comes out and also get a discount on the offer. It's not expensive, by the way. I'm really doing you guys an awesome deal on this. And it's within everyone's budget. Trust me on that. And then once you get access, then you'll get access to this learning portal, United Mind's learning portal, where you will then be able to go and basically get access and check out all the modules, which looks like this. So as I said, it's already in creation. I've created a few weeks of it already, but I'm just finishing it off over the next couple of weeks. And yeah, can't wait to release it to you guys. So that's it for today. And yeah, would love to hear your feedback in the comments on, how you've designed your life, and also anything else you'd like to see from me or anything else you'd want me to explain further. Okay, adios.